Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel FusyBots. So today I got my 3D printer and this is the first 3D printer I have bought. So the basic objective of this printer is to build my next project and build a robotics lab. So I'm gonna build a 6 of AMR, quadruped and many more robots for you, and we'll be building it from scratch. So I just bought it from Amazon. We are now going to unbox it. So let's start with the unboxing of my new 3D printer that I just got from Amazon. So it's a Bambu Labs A1 Mini 3D printer. Meanwhile I am opening it, I will give you some specifications of the printer. So it is having a printing bed of 180 x 180 x 180 mm3 build volume. It is having a maximum speed of 500 mm per second. But generally the average speed that is maintained during printing is 200 mm per second. The maximum temperature of the nozzle is 300 degrees Celsius. It's good for a lot of kind of filaments, but I will generally use it for PLA and PETG, and that is sufficient for DIY kind of products. So why I prefer to take this Bambu Labs A1 Mini printer is because I have seen many reviews and I understood that it's very easy to interface with Bambu Labs printers, and we just have to install a Bambu Studio on PC and there is an app Bambu Handy and we can just start printing our task, and believe me, it's very easy. My first print just took I think 5 minutes to understand the Bambu Studio. Some people also prefer Creality and other printers. Those are fine, but according to the reviews I have seen, it's much difficult to start the printing in those kind of printers. So it totally depends on you. I preferred Bambu Labs for me. Now let's start with the assembly. So the first part is to remove this bracket with the Allen key. So it is having 4 Allen bolts. Now don't worry about the Allen key and the other tools that are required for assembling the printer. Everything comes inside the printer box. So no need to worry about that. So I will just remove this bracket from here. I think this is just for the protection. Now next I will cut this. It's holding all the wires but it's not required now. Now the next part is basically to see whether all 4 bolts of printing bed are tightened properly or not, and they are fine. Moving on to the next part where I have to put this bracket on the axis, and it is a sliding fit with a screw to tighten it. So I'm also watching a video so that I can understand everything properly and I'm not doing any mistake. So make sure you are also taking some reference. Now comes the most challenging part for me, that is attaching the stand for the filament roll on the axis. Not because it's very hard, but because I did it wrong. I actually placed it the other way around, and believe me, it wasted my 10 to 15 minutes just to figure out that I put it in the wrong way. I actually felt dumb, like wasting that much time for such a small task. But yeah, after I knew it, I just put it properly. So don't worry, I will not waste your time. I will just pass this quickly, but you can see I just put it the other way around. Now it's totally fine. I just removed it and place it in the correct way. Now the next thing is important. We have this PTFE tube here, which basically reduces the friction on filament as it travels from extruder to the hot end of the nozzle. So we need to connect it for the smooth travel of filament. Now I think the assembly is done. Now we just have to plug the power and see. I'm powering it on for the first time, so I was a bit nervous, and my bad that the extension board socket was also not working. So initially I actually got terrified that oh, my printer was not working. But yeah, then I figured out that it's the extension board that is not working properly. Then I placed it on the other extension socket, and then it gets started, and I felt very good after it started. Now finally setting up the Wi-Fi and downloading the Bambu Studio app on my phone, that is the Bambu Handy. Believe me, it's very easy to connect with the Wi-Fi, install the app. As soon as you just complete installing the app, it will start doing the calibration. So the calibration will start for all the axes and motors. Calibration is actually a long process. It will take a good amount of time. There are various processes that are included in this. So you have to be patient for the calibration. So I have also purchased the filament of the 3D printer. So basically I purchased two types of spools. One is PETG and one is PLA+. So now I am going to put this over my 3D printer. It's a little difficult to load the filament, so I am also looking on some tutorials over the YouTube. So if you see, that is how it goes inside. And then after that, on the screen of the 3D printer, you basically got two options: to load the spool and to unload the spool. So yeah, so see, I have started loading the spool. So it will first heat the these are the steps basically to load the filament. It will heat the nozzle first and then start the loading of the filament. So yeah, it's now starting the printing process. This is a by default model that comes inside this Bambu Lab 3D printer. That is a boat kind of model. So this is my first 3D print.